Welcome back, fellow travel enthusiasts and globetrotters. If you're tuning in today, it's probably because Europe's rich melting pot of cultures, awe-inspiring landmarks, and mouth-watering cuisines have caught your attention. Perhaps you're already daydreaming about wandering the romantic streets of Paris, exploring ancient ruins in Rome, or taking in the majestic fjords of Norway. Whether it's for business or the sheer joy of exploring new places, Europe has something for everyone. Before you dive into itinerary planning on a trip to Europe and start daydreaming about those Instagram-worthy spots, we've got some important news. In 2024, there's going to be a significant update to the travel requirements for entering Europe. So stay tuned, because we're going to unpack everything you need to know. Viewcation presents the ultimate guide to Europe travel requirements in 2024. Europe bound? You'll need this new document. Gone are the simple days when hopping on a plane to Europe only required a passport. Starting in 2024, a new set of rules is coming into play that affects a whopping 1.4 billion people, including Americans. You'll need a special travel authorization to enter Europe's Schengen area. Why the change? It's all about boosting security. The European Travel Information and Authorization System, or ETIAS, is the group behind these new regulations. Even though they initially planned to launch in 2022, setbacks like the global pandemic and infrastructural issues pushed the start date to 2024. The exact day this goes into effect is still up in the air. Who needs to worry about this? If you're from a country that used to be visa exempt, like the US or UK, listen up. You'll need to get this new travel authorization and pay a small fee. The new rule applies to anyone staying in the Schengen area for less than 90 days. You might be asking why all the fuss. The idea is to pinpoint any safety, immigration, or health risks from visitors who didn't need a visa before. This comes straight from the European Commission. Where does it apply? Once ETIAS gets going, you'll need to show your ETIAS approval along with your passport when you enter any of the 30 participating countries, most of which are in Europe. Basics for Americans. Here's a quick rundown for Americans. ETIAS approval is only for short stays up to 90 days. It's not a work visa. If you lose your passport, you'll have to get a new ETIAS authorization too. So, who can't skip this step? Here's a short list. Non-EU nationals, citizens of countries like the US that didn't need a visa for short-term visits before, anyone without a residence permit from a participating European country. There might be some exceptions, so make sure to check out the website so you can be fully aware of who needs to abide by all of these guidelines and who can opt out. How to get your ETIAS. Once the system is up and running, you'll be able to apply online. And if you want updates before that, you can sign up for email notifications. Cost and validity. As of last summer, the fee is €7. It's free if you're younger than 18 or older than 70. Once you get it, the authorization is good for 3 years. But each stay can only be up to 90 days within a 6-month period. Health precautions to take before you go. No one wants to get sick while on vacation. Make sure you're up to date on your vaccinations. Some countries might ask for proof of specific vaccinations like yellow fever, especially if you're coming from certain areas. Also, don't forget travel insurance that includes health coverage. Better safe than sorry. Local laws and cultural norms. You'll be surprised how easy it is to step on toes when you're in a different country. Take some time to read up on local laws and cultural norms. For example, in some European cities, eating or drinking near historic fountains can land you a fine. Money matters. Most of Europe is on the euro, but not every country. Countries like the UK, Switzerland, and some Eastern European nations have their own currency, so plan for that. Many places accept credit cards, but it's always good to have some cash on hand. Also, inform your bank about your travel to avoid any blocked transactions. Navigating public transportation. Europe is known for its excellent public transportation. Whether it's the London Tube, the Paris Metro, or trams in Amsterdam, you'll need to familiarize yourself with local transit maps. Many cities offer tourist passes that provide unlimited travel on public transportation and can be a cost-effective way to get around. Accommodation tips. When it comes to where you'll sleep, you'll have a lot of options, from high-end hotels to cozy hostels. Book in advance if you're traveling during peak season, and read reviews to know what you're getting into. Some travelers prefer vacation rentals for a more local experience, but make sure to check local regulations as some cities have restrictions. Packing smart. What you'll really need. Overpacking can make your trip more cumbersome than it needs to be. Stick to essentials that can be mixed and matched. Don't forget travel adapters for your gadgets, as European outlets are different. If you're planning to use your mobile data, make sure you're aware of roaming charges or opt for a local SIM card. Enjoy local cuisine safely. One of the best parts of traveling is trying new foods, but you don't want to end up with food poisoning. Stick to places that are busy, a good sign that the food is fresh. Be careful with street food and tap water, and when in doubt, bottled water is your friend. Staying connected. Nowadays, staying connected is easier than ever. Most European airports offer SIM cards for tourists. You can also find Wi-Fi in cafes and public places, but be cautious when connecting to open networks. Consider using a VPN for extra security. Emergency contacts and language barriers. Before you set off, it's a good idea to have a list of emergency contacts like the local police, ambulance, and your country's nearest embassy or consulate. Not everyone will speak your language, so knowing a few basic phrases or having a translation app can be a lifesaver. Adventure activities and insurance. For thrill seekers planning to skydive in the Swiss Alps or scuba dive in the Mediterranean, specific adventure insurance may be necessary. Regular travel insurance may not cover extreme sports, so double-check before you leap. Also, it's best, no matter where your travels take you, to remember that you're a guest in someone else's homeland. Respect local customs, be polite, and keep an open mind. Traveling gives you the chance to broaden your horizons, so make the most out of it. A final word on the new ETIAS travel authorization. As we've touched on, it's a game changer for 1.4 billion people. To sum things up, here's what to keep in mind. If you're from a previously visa-exempt country like the US or UK, you'll need this new authorization for stays of less than 90 days. The process will happen online, and you'll need to pay a small fee, currently set at €7. But remember, it's free for travelers under 18 or over 70. Once you've got your ETIAS approval, it's good for 3 years, but you can only stay in a participating country for up to 90 days within a 6-month window. If you get a new passport for any reason, you'll need to reapply for the new ETIAS authorization as well. So before you finalize your European travel plans, make sure you're all set with your ETIAS requirements. It's a small but crucial step that'll help ensure your trip goes off without a hitch. Now it's time to hear from you. What do you think about this new travel authorization? Do you think it'll make travel safer, or is it just another hoop to jump through? Let us know in the comments section below.